Well, bilateral trade between China and Egypt has increased from $5 billion to over $15 billion in the last 5 years. Chinese investments in the North African state have nearly tripled to $7.7 billion over the same period. CGTN's Yasser Hakim reports on the deepening relations between the two countries.
China has intensified its cooperation with Africa, and one of the countries that has benefited from the increased relations is Egypt. Over the past decade, China's industrial developer Tianjin Economic Technological Development Area has been developing a total of around 7.23 square kilometers in Egypt's Suez Canal Economic Zone in Ain al-Sukhna district of Suez province. There is also an ongoing joint project to establish a light rail to connect new cities on the outskirts of Cairo. But the most eye-catching project is the ultra-modern state-of-the-art Central Business District at Egypt's new administrative capital. Standing in the middle of the new capital, surrounded by 20 towers at the business district, is the iconic tower, the tallest of its kind in Africa and a symbol of the importance of the new capital to Egypt and the continent. The Central Business District, including the 385-meter-tall iconic tower, is being constructed by China State Construction and Engineering Company at a cost of nearly $4 billion in the outskirts of Cairo.
CBD. The Central Business District project is the crown of the whole new capital, with multifunctional areas, office areas, high-grade hotels and residencies. The iconic tower project is the pearl of the CBD project, with great aesthetics, and the workers are giving it extra attention. The whole CBD project, including the iconic tower, plays a leading role in all aspects of construction, such as technology and quality for the new capital, which is also the result of the joint efforts of all our Egyptian engineers and workers and all the Chinese engineers and workers.
Despite the COVID-19 crisis, Chinese companies working in mega national projects in Egypt continued their progress non-stop while maintaining precautionary measures. And top officials here view the project as a milestone for the North African country.
This project is so important that its construction is under the personal care of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and His Excellency the Chinese President Xi Jinping. This huge project elevates Egypt to the world stage as having a city of the highest international standards.
We visited the business district last year, and the iconic tower was only a few floors up. This week it has reached 60 floors at a height of 280 meters. Engineers tell me its development is one of the fastest construction rates worldwide, based on the latest Chinese technology.
We have developed a lot of advanced technology to finish this great project. The first is the high-strength concrete. We developed the mixture of the C80 high-strength concrete, use local materials. This is the highest strength concrete that ever applied in Egypt. The second technology we used is climbing foam work. This climbing foam work is mainly used to construct the concrete core wall. This is a platform which will provide a safety and safety environment for the laborers. And also this will improve the efficiency of all the laborers. So now we can reach the speed of 4 days, finish one floor of the concrete core wall.
The Mecca project that is expected to be delivered by end of 2022 reflects the strong partnership between the two countries. Officials have confirmed more cooperation is underway soon in various other projects. Yasser Hakim for CGTN, Cairo.
Well, joining me now is Emmanuel Zwanbin. He's an international relations doctoral fellow at the United States International University, Africa, here in Kenya, but he's currently stationed in Lagos in Nigeria. Thank you for joining us, Emmanuel. What is your initial assessment of China's foreign policy strategy as outlined by Foreign Minister Wang?
Yes, thank you for having me. Watching Wang, I was impressed the way he eulogized Africa and saying Africa is a good friend, trying to trace how Africa and China is related in liberation, in support for each other in the South-South cooperation. So that is quite impressive. And he talks about creating more opportunities for countries, including Africa. So that takes us to trade and talks about Africa and how to deal with COVID-19. And I can tell you, I'm really impressed with that because it's not even sufficient to have the vaccine. The logistics for the distribution, for the storage, you know, the communication in African countries where you have rural areas that you have to go 3 hours, 4 hours into the interior. So I can tell you that it's impressive, and I'm going to see what happened in Liberia and Sierra Leone and Guinea and in Congo happening in terms of that direct support for Africa to deal with COVID-19. Yeah.
Well, China has greatly assisted in supplying COVID-19 vaccines to a number of African countries, over 30 in fact. What more can Africa expect from China as its key development partner?
Yeah, I can tell you that now we need investment, infrastructure investment. And so if more investment is made in terms of building infrastructure, whether educational, health, in terms of social infrastructure, transport building, you know, and in connection to the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, we really need infrastructure. Because I can tell you, it's so difficult to pick something from Kenya to, for example, Ghana. The seaports are not connected. So we need that kind of investment. And so that is what we need. So now with Africa Free Continental Trade Agreements, we would expect more engagement in terms of trading and improvements in which we would be able to engage China robustly in terms of trade, the two-way trade. Yeah.
Well, Emmanuel, infrastructure investment has been a key pillar of China and Africa relations over the last decade. So what should African countries do, though, to maximize the beneficial aspects of their ties with China?
I think one of the major problems are not coming from Africa, but I think not coming from China, but I think Africa seems to really not articulate what she wants from China. And so that is why this idea of debt trap and all this coming up. If Africans can articulate positions, articulate the kind of policies, articulate the kind of infrastructure they would wish to implement, China is always there to support. So I think that we have a problem, this elitism, this political divide where no matter what happens, opposition will always say ruling party has done this and that. So China is always in the middle. So I want to see a situation where the political class in African states will be united in developing their state, in articulating a position. Instead of all this politics, you know, there's corruption, there's this, and so China is very, if there's anything I've seen in recent times, is that China is very careful to avoid being involved in domestic politics of countries. And so when you have this rhetoric of, oh, China has corrupted our leaders, oh, China would automatically be very careful. So if Africa really want to benefit from China, I would like that kind of articulation in terms of participatory foreign policy or policy which involve even the opposition party, bringing people from the civil society and so on, so that we can have a good position. You don't have somebody who wants to really support you, and then the person feel that is being stigmatized or is branded as a bad person. So I think Africa would need to do more in that direction.
All right, Emmanuel Zwanbin joining us there via Zoom from Lagos.